So next month is Black History Month, right? And I always look forward to Black History Month because this is, I guess it's like Black History Month for Black people is basically like, I guess, a full moon for white people. Because we become extra, alright? And that's what I'm planning on doing all next month, alright? Like, if you're a white person, don't even talk to me because, don't start a conversation because I'm gonna make it a problem, alright? Like, I will find a way to be offended, alright? You can go and be like, hey, Jerrod, so as an African American, I'm like, African American? We prefer to be called black. And you come to me the next day like, oh, so Jerrod, I was trying to talk to you yesterday. So as a black man, I'm like, black man, you prefer to be called Negroes. And you come to me the day after that, you're like, okay, so Jerrod, so as a Negro, I'm like, Negro, we prefer to be called Decepticons. You know, and I will run with that all month long, all right? And it's like, I want to be protesting. I know there's a new Transformers movie coming out, like, was it like Rise of the Beast or something like that? I'll be protesting it all month long, all right? I'll just be like, don't go to see Transformers, that movie's racist. Every single Transformers movie I've ever seen, they depict the Decepticons as the bad guys, making us look like thugs and good for nothings. Like, Decepticons ain't asked to come to this planet, alright? Megatron just trying to lead his people back to the motherland, alright? I'm just be showing like random black kids pictures of Cybertron. Like, see, this is where we come from. We was kings. You know? Like, why is Megatron the bad guy? Like, oh, y'all just want to listen to old Uncle Optimus talking about, oh, we gotta save the human race. No, don't save the human race. They too busy using too much mayonnaise and putting nuts and fruits and things that don't deserve nuts and fruits, right? Don't mess with the human race like that, right? Look, we didn't even ask to come here, right? We didn't land on planet Earth. Any ticket you buy to the Transformers movie, you buy the front row ticket to racism. That's right, you've been had, you've been took, you've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. Assalamu alaikum. So, I have a very distinct taste in music, alright? A very distinct taste in music. Like, when people ask me about modern music, I don't listen to modern music, right? I tell them the people are like, oh, you don't listen to the modern stuff. What do you like? I'm like, I like classical music, right? I like the absolute classical music. So the other day I was listening to the Thong song, right? And one of the classics, right? One of the classics, right? And if you look down on the Thong song and you think it's not a classic, all right, I just need to remind you that the Thong song had a key change in it, all right? How many of your favorite songs got a key change in it, all right? A key change, that puts it on another level, all right? That's another level of songwriting when you got a key change. That means at some point in that song, Cisco decided that he no longer wanted to see your string cloth cheek dividers. He now needed to, right? And at that point, his desire to see your anorexic underwear stopped being a fetish, and then it became a responsibility. All I'm saying is, Cisco was a part of Dru Hill, and Dru Hill put out some of the greatest love songs to ever come out, alright? They had songs like Beauty Is Her Name, and I Love You, and just absolutely amazing love songs. And then Cisco went out and had a solo career, and he put up this Thong song, and he outsold every single Dru Hill record. So the moral of the story is stay single, fellas. So, actually, on the topic of classical music, all right? This is the part of the set where I have to get really intellectual with y'all, all right? So, how many of y'all are aware of Violin Sonata in G minor? Y'all know this? All right, so the Violin Sonata in G minor was a song that was written by a composer by the name of Giuseppe Tartini. All right? Now, it's also known as the Devil's Trill. Now, he called it the Devil's Trill because at some point, he had a dream where he was watching the devil play a violin, and he was playing it in the most impressive thing he had ever heard from the violin. And then he woke up and he wrote the Violin Sonata in G minor, trying to recreate this thing that he heard the devil play in his dream. Now, the Violin Sonata in G minor, he admitted to people, he's like, is nowhere near as great as what he heard the devil play in his dream. And he was always chasing, trying to recreate what that devil played in his dream. And I can relate to that, because for the past year, I've been looking over my notes that I write for jokes, and I have like a list of titles for my jokes. And there's this one that I have, and it's just called Firea, right? And I know it's a play on diarrhea, right? I know it has something to do with diarrhea, and I just could not think of what I was thinking when I wrote down Firea. Like, and here's the thing, I know it's a great joke. I know it had to be a great joke, because if there's one thing I know about myself, it's that my dookie humor is on point, all right? I have the best dookie humor. So I know, like, I'm just gonna go back home and I'm just gonna concentrate real hard and see if I can just push this out, right? I'm just gonna push this thing down, and I'm just gonna come, and I won't be able to hold it in. When I finally come back to me, I'm just gonna come running up on stage in the middle of somebody else's set, and I'm just gonna drop it right here in front of y'all, flush in the middle of somebody's set, right? And I know when I drop it, it's gonna make a big splash, right? And it's gonna be great, and it's just gonna be emanating in the air, right? Like
Is that an elevator?
I know you're sitting here like, Jerrod, tell me you didn't set up that whole joke just so you make some dookie jokes and puns in front of us. Like, yes, I did. That's exactly the whole point of this joke is. I came here to do some doo-doo jokes for you, all right? I just came here. That's not like. And the thing is, the Violin Sonata was like one of the first examples of a musician who was chasing the blessing of a devil to like achieve greatness. It was the first one of the first examples of a musician potentially selling his soul to a devil to really reach something great that he saw a glimpse of, you know, like, and we've seen that repeated numerous times. Tenacious D, Tribute, all right? This joke that I wrote in response to the Firea joke that I can't remember, this is my Violin Sonata. And that Firea joke is my Devil's Trill, all right? And I'm just trying to reclaim that greatness. And all I know is, like, if I ever come on stage and I tell you the actual Firea joke, then you'll know that I probably sold my soul to the devil to remember that joke, all right? And at some point in the middle of my set, the devil's just gonna like pop up and he's gonna like grab a hold of me. He's gonna drag me all the way down to hell. And like after I'm dragged down to hell, y'all gonna sit here and y'all gonna look at just the claw marks left across the ground as I tried my best to cling to this surface. And you're going to look at those claw marks, you're going to say, well, at least he left one hell of a skid mark on his way out. All right, y'all have a great night. So, y'all,